What's up, guys? How's it going? smashing victory for the Immoral Thieves this weekend. Wow. As you can see, I just got a follow from Twitch because we literally just ended the live stream of it on Twitch. If you haven't already, make sure you guys hop over and follow me at twitch.tv/Scoutoria now to catch live coverage of the Immoral Thieves in the CWL invite. And let me tell you something, this has been a roller coaster of a war. So we're going to go ahead and put up a little bit of eye candy, as you saw from that opening screen. 113 to 109, just smashing victory from the Immoral Thieves. Just so excited right now and so hyped up still, because this literally just ended just moments ago. So I'm going to go ahead and throw up a little bit of 9v9 action, because then we're going to end up diving into not only the Town Hall 10v10 triples that we had today, but the 11v11 triple that Immoral Thieves got as well. So going over the stats right now, 9v9, we got 10 scouts out of our Town Hall 9s, whereas Spartans Legacy got 7. 10v10, Immoral Thieves got 5, Spartans Legacy got 2. 10v11 attempts, we went 4 for 14, whereas Spartans Legacy went 5 for 13, so they had us beat by one hit there. Then when it comes to dips, 11v10, we went 9 for 9. Spartans Legacy went 9 for 10. My apologies, 9 for 10 for dips. So they only had one fail there. And then we had one 11v11 triple there at the very end as the final attack, wrapping up the war, whereas Spartans Legacy didn't make any 11v11 attempts. So with all that being said, I mean, congratulations to Spartans Legacy. I mean, this was a win that Immoral Thieves had needed going into this. Spartans Legacy being 3-0, Immoral Thieves coming off that rough loss against Elite Gaming, being at 2-1. We needed this win. It's kind of setting us apart versus the other clans in the CWL at the moment. Not taking away from Spartans Legacy in the least. Still a powerhouse in Invite, in my opinion. Doing fantastic work with the base building teams on both sides. Really showed up. I mean, just looking at those stats with the 4 for 14 and 5 for 13 via 10v11. Speaks volumes for both sides, especially those unsung heroes over there on the base building side and those 10v11 teams. So great work for both sides. So let's go ahead and kind of pop over and start showcasing some of these attacks that we saw tonight. All right, first one being, let's go ahead and scroll up to the top. You know what? We're going to go ahead and dive right into that 11v11 triple. It actually kind of, to be honest with you, it kind of played with our emotions just a little bit too, because it came down to the wire there at the end. So as you can see, opening up, he utilizes his royals to take out both that air defense there as well as that archer queen, doing great work there, as well as pushing in toward that inferno tower, which, if I remember correctly, I don't believe he actually grabs. But still, the trade-off for that Archer Queen as well as that air defense is still worth it. So flight begins down here at the 6, pushing into that air defense, kind of making his way to kind of clear that warden as well as that third air defense as well. And then he kind of cycles over to the 3. Nice opener there. I mean, the queen pops that hound right before she goes down, so that was a little bit of an issue there. But he does get a nice recovery. Loon's starting to pad around the base, as he kind of starts cycling him in up by the 12, starting to clear those X-bows as he utilizes the warden ability. And you'll see these hastes coming in as he kind of pushes those loons quicker to both clear the splash from these 2 wizard towers as well as those X-bows. Great freeze. Almost a bit early, however, he went ahead and did it when he did as a means to try and get those loons in there faster and take it out. But those initial loons being unsuccessful, this is where it kind of starts to get a little bit shaky, especially getting the pop out of that hound there, that inferno tower, clearing a good chunk of those pups, which leaves a couple of his pups left, starting to grab onto those loons and start taking them out. So it made a little bit of a nail biter here. But at the last second, you're going to see he does get the pop out of his hound, which goes ahead and clears up his, which was needed, man, especially in an attack that comes this close. Fantastic work. We're going to go ahead and start speeding it up just a little bit here. Because at this point, it just comes down to cleanup, which he gets. I think it came down just a matter of, 3 seconds, I believe, in the attack. So, I mean, that final pop at the Hound just really, we needed that. So, solid hit for Ronaldo on that 11v11 triple. Great work. And then we're going to go down and take a look at the 10v10 from Taco Bunnies. All right, dropping that queen down over here by the 3. Establishing that Wizzy funnel up by the 2. Kind of forcing his queen to make her way a little bit more closer toward the 6. Mission being to take out these air defenses. No wall breaker entry though. He goes with a jump. And there's those Valks trying to grab that Inferno Tower. Down goes a poison to slow up the queen as well as the enemy CC. Alright, activating that king ability to take out the enemy king. Keeping that loon a little bit occupied in those outside barbarians. I believe he actually misses the Inferno here. Yes, he does. Sliver of health, so just the slightest loon ends up taking it out regardless. You see a haste come down. Back up against the wall a little bit here with the sweeper. Kind of bear that in mind as he makes his clockwork from the 3 to 10. Oh, he actually goes all the way to the 9. Great work dropping that rage spell down. It's air skellies. Locking eyes with that Hound. Getting that pop out. Immediately going straight into the Inferno there. But he does get some of those back end pups to start working on trash. There's that haste pushing in that second Inferno Tower, just absolutely smashing it. Down goes the heal spell, going into the dual splash from those wizards. In comes the rage, absolutely smashing the space from Taco Bunnies. Great work, plenty of loons left. Decent split there at the end for the rest of those point defenses. Nicely done, man. Let's go ahead and do that ×2. Plenty of time, plenty of cleanup, just well orchestrated attack there. He actually does the old archer pull too for that CC Hound to kind of pull it away from those balloons, so that way the pups don't just engulf him. But he ends up getting the triple regardless. Nicely done, Taco Bunnies. All right, the next 10v10 triple. All right, opening up with that baby drag for the garbage in the funnel. All right, down goes that king. Interesting drop with the giant there to kind of tank a little bit for the royals here, as she makes her way in to grab that air defense as well as aggro the enemy archer queen. See that phase ability here soon. There it is, locking eyes with that Expo to take it out. He gets the archer queen down as well. Completing her mission. Flight begins. About the 7. Now come those haste, kind of pushing those loons in quicker, especially moving into those dual splash from those wizard towers. Rage coming down to pull those loons into the final 2 expos, as well as those air defenses there. Heal to keep them running. Very nice. 2 heal, 2 rage, bringing into this attack. I believe this was actually the first 10v10 of the night too. All right, loons pathing their way into that final Inferno. as well as that last air defense. Down goes that next heal spell to keep that cluster alive, moving into the final 2 splashes out of those wizards. Very nice. Then it comes in to just trash cleanup at that point. Absolutely smashing that base. We can go ahead and do ×2 here. Great work for Indecisive. Very nicely done. Boom. Gorgeous attack. Go ahead, back out. The next triple was from Vengeance on Zeus's base. Opening baby dragon there. Alright, down goes those royals, making their way in toward that first air defense. Interesting wall breaker drop. And the king cuts in, hoping to grab that wizard tower with him too. Very nicely done. And it should be aggroing the queen here. Still has a phase ability, which he utilizes. Takes down that enemy archer queen as well as that next splash from that wizard. Very nicely done. Perfectly timed for that queen to die too, so she doesn't get the pop out of that hound. As you can see, fly beginning at the 1. Making their way in to take out that first Inferno tower. All the way over the 9. Those hounds. Down goes that rage spell, as well as the heal to kind of keep them alive, push it in that next both Expo and Wizard tower. Down goes the freeze, interesting, as well as the rage. Try and get that pathing in to push those loons over to that final Inferno tower, dropping it. Damn, the amount of loons he has left, looking really healthy for him right now. Great split here. Able to take out that final splash of that wizard towers. They make their way into both the air defense as well as that last archer tower. Very nice. And as you can see, plenty of cleanup too with those pups. Couple trickled in minions. Loons wasting a little bit of time on that Barb King, but very nicely done. Great attack. Vengeance. GG, man. GG, dude. Alright, we're gonna go back out. Next one, coming from Khaleesi on Leroy's base. Alright, there's that baby dragon and royals. Looks like initially looking to cut in and try and tag this air defense and possibly this one as well. However, the way the queen's walking, might be a slight change of mission here. You can see those wall breakers coming out. Try and open it up. Oh yeah. Oh, very nice. Great placement for him too, because then she'll be able to grab this one and this one as she makes her way in. Solid value of that baby dragon too. Alright, we're going to see the phase being utilized here momentarily. When she locks eyes with this, yeah, she is able to take out that storage. Archer Tower, Tesla, Wizzy, and does she get the air defense too? She does. Wow. An Archer Tower, Tesla, air defense, and a second air defense. Solid opener. Alright, flight starts at the 3 to 6. That first pop out, down goes that rage, pushing over those first 2 wizard towers, and then drop goes the heal as well, kind of keeping them healthy as they rage into the second 2 splash wizzies, and then some back end loons coming in. So that final Inferno tower to kind of worry about there. He does still sit on 2 more hastes and both skellies, which he utilized. He didn't need to utilize for the enemy archer queen. He ends up kind of attempting to distract some Teslas, Expos back here, as well as take out that sweep. Very nice job. especially with those loons being in that radius for the expo. Great placement for those skellies to kind of keep it occupied as they take out that final defense. As you can see, he did cut it just a little close as far as cleanup goes. He does still have those pups, minions, and 2 sitting. Not seeing any troll corners. Very nicely done. You want to speed up just a little bit. He ends up clearing it. A little bit of a close attack here, but he gets it. GG to Khaleesi. Playing with my emotions just a little bit. Alright, the next and final hit was from Lil Hammer on Doom's base. Immoral Thieves, +5, 10v10 trips. Gorgeous war. Alright, opening up that baby dragon and wizard, as well as some minions. Royals making their way in, opening wall breakers, pushing in to grab both that air defense point from the archer tower, as well as to see if he can lure that archer queen. Oh, gets another point from that archer tower for the next one, as well as grabbing that air defense. She goes straight for the bomb tower, of course. Very nicely done. Able to grab that air defense. Solid value of the opening. Utilizes the phase, takes out the archer queen. Note that he utilized that phase a bit early, so that way that queen can just go ahead and die off from the enemy CC. Didn't want to quite get the pop out of the hound. However, he still wanted to complete the mission of taking out that archer queen as well as that air defense. So great job, great work there. By flight gun. Still sitting on that heal rage, freeze, and haste. Down goes that heal spell. Especially as they make their way into those final splashes out of those wizard towers and that air defense. Great work. Next rage is out. We're going to see that freeze coming in. Bam. Holding up that inferno tower as well as that final point from the archer tower. Clears those. Absolutely smashes that base. Little hammer. Bringing down the hammer on Doom's base right here. Plenty of loons left. Absolutely crushes it. Great work. All right, as you can see, guys, smashing victory from the Immoral Thieves. Congratulations to all the guys involved. Spartans Legacy putting up a great fight. Just couldn't hold up to the pressure that IT was putting up against them. As you can see, guys, going into wrong one. We got an IT schedule on April 21st is a spin for North Remembers, and then we go into Dark Looters on April 28th. Bada Bang Clan, War Whales, Clan Tanamo Bay, One Hive 2.0, and then Bye Forever. So we've got one heck of a schedule ahead of us. Make sure you tune in to twitch.tv/Scottoria so in order to catch live streams of these wars. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and see y'all again next week.